That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C, and you haven't earned Point Man yet. You're like an associate, you know?
Yeah.
You know how you have to be Italian or true, like 100% Sicilian to be in the mob? But you can make money with the mob, but if you're like half Irish or something like that, like Henry Hill and Goodfellas, but you can't be in the mob. Do you understand?
Understand.
You look fucking frightened there, Gene Simmons.
I feel like you're going to shoot me or something.
Look at you. I got you on because you're good at roasting people, and you look stiff as a fucking board. What's the matter with you? You're supposed to be wild and crazy rock and roll.
Jesus Christ. I mean, you see the chat and you think, people saying, who is this dude?
Don't look at the chat. Don't look at the chat. You're probably going to freak
out. That's doing wonders for my self-confidence. I could come on looking like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to our new associate, Strangle, who's been on a couple of gaming streams. If you don't watch my gaming streams, well, fuck you then. And somebody wrote I'd fuck her in the chat. Ah, man. Well, believe me, when I picked him, it was a big surprise to me, too. It's kind of like when Dr. Dre found out Eminem was white, you know? It was a big thing. Did I spell it right? Strangle? Yeah, or the way you spell it, right?
It's Stangle.
Stangle. Well, why didn't you tell me that?
Well,
I
didn't want to insult you, Tommy. I mean, just
God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't be another one of these guys that kiss my ass.
I'm taking the piss. Absolute mong.
You're taking a piss. You look like a mung. What are you talking about? I bet nobody asks you for direction in that little village of yours, do they?
Little village?
Where do you live? Where do you live?
You think we're just in England, we're just sat in our little wicker houses?
Yeah. Talking about tea and shit.
You're from the big city.
Yes,
You've learned too much from Clown.
What? Look, Clown lives in fucking bumblefuck nowhere, too. So,
He said he lives in Oxfordshire.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, what are you, like middle class?
I'm lower class.
You're lower class? You like working class?
Scrape me off the pavement, man.
Yeah. Well, it'd be much more interesting if you're upper class with that haircut of yours. That'd be interesting.
Aristocratic toff.
Yeah. And your teeth are remarkably straight for an Englishman, I have to admit. And they're huge. Yeah. You got tombstones in your mouth. They're big teeth. Show everybody those teeth.
Hell yeah.
It makes it real easy for the dentists when they can see. Holy Christ.
Oh, absolutely.
Jesus, if you were born in the 40s or something, they'd be all crooked and like climbing up your nose and shit. It would be completely amazing. All right, everybody. This is Strangle. He's going to comment and give his 2 cents. I don't know. You like a soccer hooligan? Is that why your hair that's long?
Potentially, you know. I mean, a lot of people are saying I wrote a book that failed. Apparently, I look like a depressed writer. Yeah.
You look depressed, all right. You're awful fucking cocky on my gaming streams. You look scary.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's just you're so fucking bad that when I'm there, I look good.
You're probably right. But I'm talking about your mouth. That's what I'm reaching for. I'm not talking about the tombstones in your mouth. I'm talking about your mouth.
You're going for the big ass lips. That's the gag.
Well, this is Strangle or Stangle. What a horrible name. Why don't you come up with a cool gamer tag or a cool gamer name? Like Adolf Hitler 123 or something like that. Adolf Hitler 1945. Like all these other trolls. Pip Scotland.
Vegetable erection was one I was deciding on.
All right, here we go. Here's the way the show's going to work today. All right? We're going to have Dead on Dave at the end. Yeah, I'm teasing it. Don't like it? I don't know. Go somewhere else. Don't donate. We're gonna have, and he's going to defend himself on the whole baited thing. Apparently, Keem had a mind explosion. He was not as calm, cool, collected when he talked to me yesterday. And Dave has a real good argument. And I'll tell you right now, he outright schooled Clown on a debate, which is not very easy. Clown is an excellent debater in the upcoming Catch 23. A lot of people are mad at me for tipping them off. Too bad. Too bad. Too bad. And I'm just letting you know that he did a fucking great job. I think Clown would even agree with that. And so I'm going to take your calls, 718-395-7660, or you are more than welcome to join my Discord, which is in the description box below, and I'll drag you up. But only Defranco stuff, whether it be on the show when we were talking about Defranco yesterday or Phil Defranco is himself. If you call me up and ask me about Daddy O 5 to 10, I'm going to blow you up. Or something worse. Maybe I'll just lecture you. Maybe I'll make fun of your hair and your teeth and your glasses and the fact that you look really stiff. You know, I thought I got you because you weren't a stuffy Englishman.
Oh, every Englishman is stuffy. What were you expecting?
I don't know. Beastar's not stuffy.
What did you want from me?
I don't know. Maybe I should have got a Geordie. They're fucking pretty loose.
Oh, they'll give you anything, man.
They should put on Beastar. All right, that's the deal. Let me pull up the first caller. AER 199. You're on the air, sort of, kind of. What's up, man? Hello? He's gonna blow 2 days in a row. This guy even talked to me and said, "Oh, sorry. You freezing up on me? Like you're a long-haired Englishman?" Yes.
Horrible.
Well, let's put another fucking limey on. Dated Rhyme, you're on the air.
Cool, mate. No, I'm not freezing up for you. Wait, hang on. Okay.
Oh.
Right, it's all sorted.
What do you got?
I was wondering, what's Philly Defranco's thoughts on pancakes? You know that was going to happen.
Well, why don't you fucking switch jokes? It's getting Stangle. It's getting.
How many years does it feel like it's been?
Oh, it's been since Pancake Day because you wouldn't answer a simple question. Why don't you like pancakes, Tommy? Come on, man.
I don't dislike pancakes. I hate you.
I love you too, Tommy. You know, we have a loving and understanding relationship.
Shut up. The Mormon guy.
Oh my God.
Mormon guy, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Tommy?
You tell me, buddy.
You know, the whole Philly D thing, I think the problem is, like, it's a mystery to what he's actually going to be producing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, like, even the Young Turks, right, they only do 3 to 4 hours. Dave Rubin does maybe 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Like, people that have the same scheme, even Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, all these people that have subscription-based services don't do, like, a 24/7 network.
Well, I think you're right. One of the things that I don't think Philly was criticized enough for, and Dead on Dave agrees with me. He talks about transparency a lot. Philly has not been terribly transparent about exactly what he's doing. We did see, we saw that he's building something. We saw him in there, but we don't know exactly what we're donating to. And that is the one fair criticism that I would have, and it would actually keep me from donating because I don't know exactly what he's building. I don't know. I don't know, and I think that is a fair criticism. Asking for money from the public, I don't know, because he's worth anywhere. Conservative estimates have him just below $1 million. High estimates have him over 5. If he's trying to build something that costs 10 or 20, it is completely reasonable either to seek investors or loans or kickstart it. By the way, there's a lot of movies out there that are kickstarted by. Didn't Matt Damon do something like that? Didn't he raise money for a movie?
Yeah.
On Kickstarter.
Yeah,
on Kickstarter? Isn't he a multi-millionaire?
Yeah, same with Kevin Smith and stuff. But
Kevin Smith has done.
the-
So these guys are multi-millionaires, and that's my whole thing with yesterday. Because my biggest problem with this, right, which really has nothing to do with Keemstar's argument, but it's exactly what I think Keem and Clown are doing. They're discouraging YouTubers, and this is the bigger problem, from opening Patreon accounts by using Phil Defranco as the example, not knowing how much money it takes to build something, whatever he's building, and not knowing exactly what he's building, and saying that this is some kind of scam with no evidence, other than a historical example where he got money and then flipped it, but that even looks suspect because he looks like he flipped it because all those people are going to lose their jobs. So my biggest problem is are we going to discourage YouTubers from opening accounts because two rich guys, Clown and Keem, don't think it's right? And I think that's a real. I think that is a stick in the spoke, right there. I don't think it's a healthy thing.
He should have done Patreon. Now let me explain that.
Okay. He should have. You said you should have done. He shouldn't have done Patreon. Go
It
ahead.
should have been on
No,
Kickstarter.
he should not have done
frankly.
Patreon.
Okay. Why?
Okay, so Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, all these people that do their own news, even the Young Turks, set up their own systems where you pay for subscriptions, kind of like Netflix.
Okay.
He has enough money to set this up. He sets it up as a Patreon, which then gives it unlimited money, right? Like he has all these strategies things and everything, but everyone's paying 5% just to pay him.
I see. I don't know. The problem is, and I've done this too. And we're assuming we don't know what he's building.
Yeah, but he could have hosted this all on his own website, done his own transaction service, could have done everything hosted by himself without using Patreon.
How much does that cost?
It's nowhere that expensive. Okay, I did this as part of my major at BYU.
But we don't know what he's building. My point is, we don't know what he's building. He didn't even tell us what he's building. He's hinted, but we don't know what he's building, so we don't know what it costs.
I agree, but even if he hosts a video on YouTube, he still could have done it on his own website. Like, I'm not. That's my whole point.
He's got his own
I did it
platform.
as a junior in college. I created a storefront that took credit card transactions. He has enough money to pay for someone to set this website up for him.
All right.
And
But I don't know that he's building a website. I thought he's building a news network. All right. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for calling.
That
Okay.
Well, the Kickstarter, it's called like the Philip DeFranco News Network. You think you know what you're signing up to.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like a Young Turks, but just the way he does the news in the Phil DeFranco show. But in fairness, the one criticism that I've heard that's legit, we don't know exactly. Nobody knows what the fuck he's building. And he needs to come out and tell people exactly what they're donating for. And that is a fair criticism. I don't know if a fair criticism is going to the public and asking for money just because you're a millionaire. Because if he's worth $2 million and he wants to build something that's worth 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it doesn't mean he has the money for it. And also, I found out the Big Maker Studios thing. He sold that when it wasn't worth shit. So, I mean, I don't know. Look, if he turns around, I tell you something. If he turns around and starts making 10 fucking minute videos, right?
He's done.
He's done. And I got a lawyer talking to me right now. He's looking into right now if that would actually be criminal. So he's also might potentially, although I'm sure he potentially put himself on the wrong side of the law. So I got to see it, but we don't know what he's doing. Everything's speculation because
He's not done anything yet.
Yeah, Phil has allowed mass speculation by not being clear cut, and that is the one clear criticism. We don't know if he has enough money or not. Thanks for the call, Mormon guy. Appreciate it. What do you think, Stangl?
I was trying to think. I'm not entirely sure, but the lack of transparency, not only in what he's doing, whether it's a news network or what we're getting, but also the lack of, I think they were talking about on the Baited podcast, how much they've received in donations so far. Mm-hmm. And the minimum estimate right now, for all 11,000, 12,000 people that have done it, is about 55 grand.
That's nothing.
Now, that's a lot. That's
but
a
that's
lot.
nothing.
Regardless of how much he's worth, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Every month. That's not just...
Oh,
that's
55
not just
grand.
like,
It's 55 grand. Oh, that is a lot of money a month.
It's a month.
Yeah,
and that's
okay, it's
the
a month,
minimum.
okay.
We know that the $100 pledge has been bought out.
Jesus. That's a minimum estimate. But it depends on what he's doing. I mean, and he does need to be a little more transparent about it. What are people donating for? That is a fair question. 831, you're on the air. 831, you're on the air, but not for much longer. Now you blew it. Fuck off. Unban me, you pussy. Oh, fuck off. I don't know who you are. Nick, you're sensible. What's up?
Hello. How's it going? So, on this situation, I did speak a few little bits about others, about Patreon earlier. And I don't think Patreon is the right tool to use in this situation. It's just, Patreon is a tool for a continued source of money, which would make sense to use once you start it up. And this is a constant news network instead of donations. That's fine.
Sure.
But in this situation, the right tool to use would be something like Kickstarter, because he's making a new product. And by using Patreon, it just kind of muddies the water about what he's actually trying to achieve with this whole thing.
I think that's
and
a fair
it's made it even more ambiguous than he did before.
I think that's for it, and I think a lot of this is ambiguous, and I think that's one of the problem. But you got to understand, when I said I lost the argument to Keemstar, that's basically based on the fact whether he goes out and screws somebody or doesn't screw somebody.
Yeah.
And my whole argument wasn't that Because, I mean, Keem and Clown have suddenly changed their minds about Patreon. Well, it's okay for this group but not for that group. And it's certainly not okay for millionaires. But it wasn't good for anybody before.
Yeah.
That's now it's
on
changed.
That situation,
So
the
because
issue
you can't, the problem is neither of them and nobody else that's in their camp can get around the don't donate. Don't give them a monthly check. Nobody can get around that. But see, now they're saying, all right, there's two different standards. He doesn't meet the standards because he's so rich. But we don't know what he's building, and we don't know how much it cost. We only have people that, and this is exactly why he blocked the amount of money. This is exactly why he blocked the amount of money. We only have people really speculating on what he's trying to do. That's partly his fault. And speculating how much money he has. Nobody seems to know that. It's anywhere between 900,000 and 5 million.
Yeah, it's all speculation. There's not enough facts on this.
But if he's building something for multi-million dollars, I mean, preachers do this all the time, and they want to build a mega church. Is it immoral for him to go to the public?
No, not at all. Not at all. There's no reason why it's an issue. I think that Keem and Clown are making themselves sound really narrow-minded with the way they described it. Yeah, he kind of came on and clarified it himself yesterday, and it made it sound better. But if you look at their Twitter feed and whatever else they're saying, they're making it sound like it's just like Keemstar's golden rule. Like when he's saying, like, don't link DMs.
Yeah,
like
right.
A blanket white rule where you can't possibly do it because it's bad because Keemstar said so. And that's how they're making it sound. They're not really describing it very well. And if it is just because of his past, like the way he's acted in the past and they don't trust him, then yeah, that's fine. But that's not what they're saying.
All right. Thanks for the call. Keem, you're not getting in unless Dave's here. I'll tell you that right now.
Play along with me, you'll kill me.
Yeah.
One roast and I'm gone.
Thanks for the call, though, Dick. You put in perspective. You're not getting in against Dave here. You beat me. Now you got to take on Dave. And Dave's coming on later, so you can just sit tight. Let's take this call right here. 432. You're on the air.
Hey, Tommy, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy.
All right, Tommy, I got a question for you. Yesterday on your stream, you asked Keem, you said Keem wanted to go with Philly D. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I meant as moving on to something bigger. Tommy's a pussy. You're a pussy. Go out with Dave. You beat me yesterday. Go out and get somebody else. You pussy. Go out and get somebody else.
Out of YouTube.
And the guy that didn't show up for a fucking a debate just called me a pussy.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was all a play, Tommy. He
Another
baited you.
Yes, he got me. Sorry, I'm not sharing your narrative. Because I think Philly's moving on to bigger and better things, and I believe that. And I know Keem well enough. He's very competitive. He's always checking out what other YouTubers are doing, and he sees Phil as a competitor, and he wants to beat Scarce, which is nothing inherently wrong with that. He wants to beat Scarce. He wants to beat Phil. I don't think they're on the same. God, they're barely doing the same thing other than trending topics. And Phil does hard news sometimes. But my theory was that he was doing it. My theory was that he was doing it because he didn't want to see Phil do better than him. And I still don't know that that's true. But we'll never know that's true because we can't see into Keem's heart and his mind.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what. Did you have an issue with that or?
No, sir. I was actually wondering, like, do you think Keemstar could do like a CNN, like 24-hour show, like Philly D, like everyone's expecting Philly D to do?
I think he could if he hired the right people. Sure. I know. I think he's capable of anything. I'm always in awe of his ideas. Always in awe of his ideas. I don't know if he has the financial backing or the wherewithal or the management skills, but as far as ideas are concerned, absolutely.
Okay.
Nobody can take this away from Keem. He is very creative on this platform. He's a natural. He's like he's like, what do they call it? A fish to water or whatever when it comes to this kind of stuff. He is absolutely capable of making something viable.
Okay.
Financially viable. And you know what? He made me financially viable. Why couldn't he do something bigger than that? Sure he could.
Yeah.
I think
Keemstar
could he
do
host it?
a drama news network.
What's that? Say it again. I'm sorry.
You think Keemstar could do a drama news network?
I think he's capable. I think he's capable of putting together. Or coming up. I think he's capable of building a let me rephrase it. He's capable of the foundation. Right. I don't know if he's capable of the execution, but he's definitely capable of putting something together viable. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. What were you saying, caller?
Yeah. I was asking, do you think he could possibly be the host of something, that important? Or do you think his entertainment side would kick in and he wouldn't be able to fulfill something important?
I don't know.
Like
That gets into more speculation. I think Keem is the sky's the limit with Keem. I think he can make a lot of things viable unless his ego gets in the way.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know, brother.
Yeah. All right, bro. Take care. Take care,
man.
Yeah. Despite our differences, I do have a tremendous amount of respect what he's done on this platform. Tremendous amount of respect. And contrary to him calling me greedy and going out for money and only thinking of myself and stuff like that, and he tends to forget all the times that I basically dug in and defended him for 6 months straight. That was my gratitude.
I don't think it comes down to gratitude. I think it's the argument that makes the most sense.
Yeah. I'm not going to... Look, if Keem beats me in an argument, I'm going to say it. If Keem's right, I'm going to say it. I've done it before. I've done it after beta. I've done it before. If Keem's wrong, I'm going to say it too. And I guess that's the difference between pre-beta Tommy C and post-beta Tommy C. Pre-beta Tommy C was terrified to do that. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. All right, 631, you're on the air.
Oh, shit, okay. If Keemstar thinks Patreon's so bad, why is he, promoting it?
What do you mean by that?
Why is he posting so many tweets about it? He posts so many, he did a baited podcast on Drama Alert. He looks like his cheerleader right now. Patreon's so bad.
That's if you go by all press is good press. I don't necessarily believe that anymore. I used to believe that. I don't believe that after... Actually, my hockey experience and getting in fight with the big time hockey writers. Not all press is good press. It's bad press is good short term. Good press is good long term. So I think what he's trying to do, whether it's I don't know if it's deliberately or not, and I think he's trying to make things like Patreon seem unseemly and not a route that you want to go. Not the route that you want to go. As far as I don't think he's promoting it. I think he's setting up a situation where if Stangl starts a YouTube guy, small YouTube, let's say he's 100 subs and he's starting to grow momentum, and all his buddies are 50, 10 subs, and he opens up a Patreon like his fan suggested, and then now Stangl has to deal with all this peer pressure because of the Phil Defranco case and because of the precedent that's set. Now he's got to deal with all his peer pressure. You have a Patreon, that's greedy, that's this, that's it. And that shit trickles down. I think he's got a problem with Patreon, and giving it negative press is part of the goal. And yeah, he's backed off on his stance on some of it. On some of it, or I should say, Keem really didn't really have a problem with the small YouTuber doing it before, but he does have a problem with bigger YouTubers and rich people really going to the public. For the reasons he stated. He doesn't want a guy from Subway donating to him, which is honorable. I'm not going to criticize that, but it doesn't necessarily make it, in my opinion, unseemly to go to the public, even if you're rich. Depending on what you're doing. If Keemstar's right, which is a borderline criminal allegation, that's what he's basically telling you. What Keem and Clown are telling you is Philly is going to do something borderline illegal. And I'm wrong, like I said, I will apologize publicly. But I can't see that.
He just doesn't seem like the kind of person.
I don't believe that. Maybe Keem knows. Maybe he knows. But I just don't see that coming. All right. Talk to you later, bud. Thanks for the call. I don't know. What do you think?
He's built his brand on trust. He said this has been his life project, and it's long before this. I don't think he's just cashing in for a quick buck.
Yeah.
I can't see that happening.
That'd be crazy, wouldn't
it? Honestly, if that's what he's been planning, he's a genius.
He's the biggest dirtbag ever, though.
Lion Maker, no longer the king of manipulation. Put that crown on him.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What do we got? No, I'm sure this. Kami C, you're on the air.
What's up, Tommy?
You tell me.
I think you should ban Katie from chat.
Why should I? She's fucking 19-year-old girl, lesbian girl. How am I gonna do that?
I don't know, but I just want to say happy birthday to Diamond Eyes. Blow me up.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Happy birthday, Diamond Eyes. A big supporter of this show. I apologize for not saying that earlier. Diamond Eyes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, that's enough. 708, you're on here.
Hey, what's up, man?
You got your dime, your dance floor.
So, all right, my whole issue with the Philip Defranco thing is I do not think he has the intention of ripping people off. It's just, the whole thing is I want a breakdown. If I'm donating to somebody, I don't need to know the amount of money he's raised, because I think you said it in a stream before, you know, people go after him, but I just want to know where the money is going towards. He was really vague in the video, and he was like, I'm starting this thing if, you know, where I don't want to be controlled by anybody, and I'm going to start hiring, and I'm looking for talent and all that, which is great and all, but I want to know why he needs this much money to do what.
Fair enough.
I just want to know,
fair enough.
Is it to
I can't disagree with one thing you're saying. Stangle?
Well, we've got no estimation. You don't know how much it costs. You don't know how much he's got. So all of this is just conjecture. We have no idea.
See, and my whole issue is, if he was like, hey, look, we need this much, it didn't even show the money. We just need this much money for cameras. We need this much money for graphic design. Whoever he uses, whatever he does, I just want to know where the money's going, and then I would feel more comfortable donating. But right now, as it stands, I wouldn't donate.
I can't blame you.
Well, that's why it should be on something like a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You've got all this. You've got the tiers. This is where it's going. If we get this much money, it's off the ground. This is what will make it better. This amount of extra. He's not done that. He's gone for Patreon. It's gone for monthly, and he's getting a shitload every month. It's always coming in.
You know, outside our little community here, he's not taking a lot of heat. And I find that interesting as well. I mean, he's not taking a shit ton of heat. You know, Keems called him out. Clown said a little thing, but I don't know that anybody bigger than them has even said that.
I don't know that Keem's right, though, because Keem, he, like you said, he's jealous.
He just has his own motivations for everything. Everything has a motivation for him at the end of the day. Everything. The only I got to be honest with you, and it's too bad that it burned him. I think he really cared about that Daddy 05 family, though. I think that was pretty ballsy to go on that. And then, that was really ballsy, because you don't want to see some family getting taken apart because one brother tossed the other brother. Shit, I grew up with that too. But, you know, I just, it's very difficult after work. Everything revolves around him, and it's tough to believe that there's anything else going on besides that. You know, and listen, he pays attention.
I wish he would have, did something else. Like, I wish Philip Defranco would have went to maybe, 50,000, 100,000 subscriber YouTube channels like Ty Blue or somebody, you know, younger news guys trying to get on that. And then, look, I'm starting a news thing with this guy, and this guy. You know what I mean? Just so, there's some more... There's some more clarity as to what's going on.
Yeah, you know, you're 100% correct, and you know, I'm gonna let you go after this, and you can listen to the rest of the stream. You're 100% correct. Transparency is definitely an issue. It's 100% an issue, and there's these are legitimate criticisms, and maybe if Keem used Drama Alert in such a manner, there needs to be more transparency. I think Phil's got to answer to that, and I think he probably would. He'd have to. If he doesn't, I damn sure wouldn't donate. Buffalo, New York, 719. You're on the air.
Hey, Tommy. Hey, I was just wondering, you don't have a P.O. box or anything that I could send something to you?
A bot? What do you mean, a Patreon?
No, just it's like a P.O. box. Or
no, I don't, because we've looked into this. They don't really have that in Germany. They don't really have it. It's going to cost you an arm and a fucking leg to send even something little over here. It's such a pain in the ass. It's one of the reasons I've never done it. I had German guys look into this. Another thing is, if it gets overfilled, and if I were to do something, it would get filled really quick, they'll fucking throw the shit out. You know, we've looked into it, and no, I don't think we can do that. If we ever figure out a way, or some German comes to me and says this is the way you do it, then I'd be happy to do it. But I live in too big a city, and they don't hold stuff like that. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. Because I just wanted to. I know weed's probably hard to get down there, but I at least wanted to send you an edible or something.
Sorry, I don't have a place for you to send it without giving up my address. So there's nothing I can do about that. Thanks for the call, though, Ben. Thanks, sir.
If you had a P.O. box, you'd probably just be shipped.
It'd be shit coming in all the fucking time. I mean, I got people giving me video games almost every day. You should see my Steam list. It's ridiculous, and that's not even half of it from all the other stuff. I get stuff all the time, and I'm so grateful because I love playing. I mean, I have this beautiful computer, and I get to play all the new games. It was a dream. I couldn't even ever do that. Couldn't be a part of a beta test, you know, with my stats on all my PCs. It's great, but it just that part. that part is has never really been done before. Ghosty Goo. That's an interesting name. You're on the air. No, you pussed out. Hey Tim Green. You're on the air.
Hey, what's going on,
man? You tell me, brother.
Well, everyone's criticizing this whole Patreon thing.
Okay.
Have you ever bought a concert ticket or a T-shirt or anything from your favorite celebrity?
Sure.
So, what's the point? How is that different from anything else?
Because you're not getting a T-shirt. It's just a straight donation.
Well, have you gone to a concert?
No, sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So how is that anything different than,
Yeah, because you're getting something in return. You're getting something physically in return. You're getting the T-shirt for the, $20, $30 you're spending for it.
I'm just saying,
I'm not getting anything physically returned. So the news network is the concert, but there's no T-shirt. Yeah. That's why I don't like the metaphor.
Well, I guess. And then at what point is Patreon like you're not supposed to use it as a small creator?
Well, I think that's my fear that this. Thank you so much, Calico Stool. Here goes. Start to your news network, or better yet, print off some of your resumes at German Kinkos. Very good. What was your last question? I'm so bad with these fucking. Keem's right about that.
Tommy.
Go ahead.
I just think it's very ambiguous for people to say, well, it's only okay for smaller YouTubers to use Patreon, and a larger YouTuber can't. At what point can you not use Patreon?
I don't know. I think the rules are being made right now, and I've noticed with YouTubers, there's just like two separate sets of ethical rules, and that is really the reason I flipped out yesterday. I don't want that happening, and I'm afraid that because even though we're saying, well, Phil DeFranco, he's different. He's a different situation because he's rich. I think that's going to trickle down. I don't want that to happen, and that's why I got so outraged yesterday. Because that's not what I want. That's really the entire point. Now, Keem made a point that he's flipped something in the past, that he might not have the best of intentions. Keem does know more about behind the scenes than I do. And he could be right. Potentially, he could be right. But I think at the end of the fucking day, it's Phil DeFranco I would have got a really poor read on the guy, and he would have to be a really poor personality. But I don't know what the rules are. But I don't like the area we're going because I think what happens on Drama Alert sets precedent, and I don't want people to be afraid to go to the public and have to deal with sort of peer pressure. I don't want this to be faux pas, at all. All right.
No, I can agree with that. I mean, I see Keem's side, but I mean, I don't believe he's telling the whole story because Philip DeFranco, when he sold SourceFed, he came out and said the main reason he was selling it was because he couldn't pay his employees.
Oh, there you go. That's a good reason to sell it. And I didn't have that. And this is why I lost the argument, because I didn't do enough fucking research. And honestly, it wasn't the topic of the program yesterday was about discouraging YouTubers, and it got changed with new information from Keem, and that's why I lost, and that's my fault. That's on me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not criticizing you for that. I mean, if you don't have all the information, you can't really form an argument. I just feel like with Keem's viewpoint, he's not really telling the whole story. And, if you want to be a person that says they're not biased, they always tell the truth, you're really not coming out as telling the truth if you're not telling the whole story. Philip DeFranco sold SourceFed to Discovery so that he could keep people working. He stayed on and worked with Discovery.
So it's a terrible example. It's a terrible example to say that he's going to do something fucking rotten. And you know what? I don't think he's going to do something fucking rotten either, because I'm going to have to fucking apologize for it. So.
Oh yeah, he'd be crucified.
Yeah,
I mean,
and rightfully so. And then Keem would be right, and I would say Keem was 100% right from the beginning. He called the shot from the very beginning. But I think this has more to do with millionaires or people going to the public. I think that's really the problem they have. That's the problem they have. Thanks for the call.
I agree. I agree fully. Thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, thank you. Why do you look? You know what the problem? Everybody makes fun of Jeff for being a screensaver, right? But you just look like you're on a roller.
Completely frozen.
You look like you're in a fucking roller coaster. Are you staring at yourself in the stream like going?
Well, I mean, I'm just. You told me not to. I keep looking at the chat, and I just keep seeing people trying to. They want to fuck me for some reason.
Brother Chemo's deletion ends tonight. We're going to have a little taste of Dead on Dave in a very little bit. He's going to address some of the criticisms that he got and baited. It's the typical stuff. Tommy's a liar. Dave's a liar. He twists my words, but they don't give really too much examples, but, calling us names and stuff. the ad hominem, I suppose. But and Dave's going to go on, and I hope you join his podcast or live stream right after this. And I don't know, are you scared?
Not really. I'm more gobsmacked by the amount of people who think I'm a girl and want to see my tits. So you can fund my Patreon and I'll get them out for you.
Well, to make you feel any better, I think you've been good. I think your answers have been sound and intelligent. I mean, does that make you feel any better?
It kind of does, but the moment Dave gets on, he's going to put us all to shame.
Yeah, I suppose we're just going to let him talk. We're going to let him defend himself. I didn't listen to fucking Baited. He did. I don't care.
I mean, you didn't listen to the Baited today.
No, fuck it. That's why I'm not criticizing anything that he said about me, because I'm not. I'm not a sadomasochist. That's the way I feel about it. Let's take another call.
I feel like he calls into your show once and it starts the whole hate train going again.
I care. If I wanted to be liked, I wouldn't have came to YouTube. 270, you're on the air.
Gets the viewers.
All right, Tommy. So, I talked to you in DMs yesterday, and I wanted to kind of double down on what I was saying. You're completely right, and Keem was completely in the wrong. I know he was kind of in a rage.
I would say he's completely. I got a donation real quick. Thank you, $10. The Mormon guy, Dave, may be my handicap, but at least he isn't mentally retarded like you. Keep going, Tommy. Thank you very much. No, I don't think he's completely wrong. He's making speculation. I made speculation about them. He's entitled to it, but I got to. As more times went by, I was thinking, if he's right, holy shit! And what are the odds of him being Phil Defranco being this horrible? But go ahead.
A million to
you're
one.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to say. He's wrong and right at the same time. Yes, he's right that Maker Studios were sold. Yes, he's right that SourceFed was flipped.
Yeah.
But he's wrong in his narrative that it's flipped because of a profit. That's a pure assumption. We don't know what went on behind us. I talked on fucking Dave's podcast yesterday.
Sure.
His show that this is pure assumption. When Keem says this is what Philly D is doing, so therefore don't donate to him, that is an outright fabrication at the very least, because nobody knows what's going on behind the scenes besides Philly D. And for all we know, all those blunders with Maker Studios, which he didn't make much money off of.
No, he didn't, from what I understand.
Which was really him licking his wounds after that whole thing fucking fell apart. Maybe because it's all fucking speculation, right? Maybe this is oh, well, now I got a new leaf. Maybe I can do this one right. Maybe third time's the charm. When people say that, oh, well, he's going to do this, he could end up flipping it for a higher profit. And guess what? To a certain extent, as long as he is 100% transparent on what he's doing, and
which he's not, he's not been.
He's not, and that's a fair criticism to have. That is 100% fair criticism to have. But to say because of that, then therefore that means foul play is just wrong. It's a leap. It's a stretch. It's an exaggeration. It's Keem trying to stir up a little bit of drama for his bottom line, even though he knows that narrative was 9 times.
Well, see, now you're speculating. Now you're speculating. I don't know what Keem's saying. I thought Keem was just he's just angry that he was doing it. Keem believes, or he said, that he's got that he has an alternative motive. That's what he believes.
That's what he believes, though.
And he's entitled to believe that. It's not like he has absolutely nothing to back that. But as time, because it caught me off guard. My narrative is I don't want Keem and others and other big YouTubers discouraging people from Patreon. That is my only thing. But he brought up this thing in the past, and it was my fault not for knowing the whole fucking story, because I didn't expect it to go into his past. I expected it to pertain to the video that I saw on building a news network. And when I heard News Network, I think Young Turks, CNN, 24-hour live stream, and then we clip the videos and then put them throughout the whole thing where you can check them out later. That's what I thought.
He hasn't said anything about that. He has literally just said, I'm going to start a new show.
So why should we donate? So why? That's a legitimate. I don't know if Keem brought that out. So why should we donate? Why should we donate if he's not being transparent? That's legitimate. Keem's right about this. Right. It's one thing to sit there and raise money and get investors. Another thing to ask the guy at Subway to flip you money because he's such a big fan. If he takes the money from guy from Subway and flips it for a profit, the guy's the devil. The devil. That is There is nothing worse than that. on this platform anyway. But what are the odds of him actually doing something possibly criminal, but certainly immoral if it's not?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what when I said in DMs that you were completely right. That's what I'm saying. Philly D's too fucking smart for that, man. Even if there was nothing but malice in his heart going into this, he is too smart to let that come out with his prior history, especially when there's people like Keem out there who look at that history and go, see, you're only doing this again to reap the reward, when we don't know that. Yeah. But because of his lack of transparency, that's a possibility.
Philly handed Keem by not being transparent. And I tell you something, I don't have a problem with the money on the Patreon being blocked. I have no problem with, because you're gonna have a bunch of people that don't know what he makes and don't know what he's doing, saying that he's already got enough money. Why not turn it off? That part I get. We don't know, but you know what? It is. Right. He handed people like Keem that want to demonize Patreon a fucking golden apple. And they can throw it all over the place. It's really. Thanks for the call, though. I do appreciate it, but I think we're gonna get dead on Dave.
Hey, no problem, brother. No problem at all.
You're doing all right, Gene Simmons. Do you like Kiss?
Gene Simmons. No, I mean, I'm not in complete white face paint.
You should.
I should have cosplayed. Should have come on here, pretended for you.
Yeah. You have a big tongue?
Oh, I mean, well.
You like I Am Alex big?
Fund me on Patreon and you'll find out.
Let's get dead on Dave in here right now. Well, hopefully, because I don't have him anymore, because I think now there he is. We're going to bring dead on Dave in. He should be ready to go pretty soon. We're calling him on Skype right now. And what do we got? Dave.
What's up, buddy?
All right. You want to flip your camera on or what?
I did. I tried to. Let's try it again. Here we go.
Right, okay.
It's because I have my stupid fucking XSplit open.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Close that XSplit. All right. Yeah. You're here.
I'm setting up for my show right after.
Yeah, okay. Well, then forget it. Then it doesn't matter. You don't have to show everybody your beautiful
No, we're
face.
Good now.
All right. Okay, fine. Just leave it like it is right now.
Okay.
All right. There you are. Okay, great. You listened to Beta today. And there were some criticisms of you.
I got through most of the yelling to listen to the parts that were.
It's funny how he didn't yell at me, but he yelled at them. That's interesting.
Well, he also yelled at you as well.
Did he? Oh,
not on the show last night, of course, because he went about it a different way, which I thought was brilliant, by the way. It was the best way to combat that situation. But he did take some shots at you during the show, and he took some shots at me. But before I go to that, first thing I want to say is I think the Philly D thing is fucking grossly put to bed at this point.
Okay.
Time is going to tell with Philly D. All right. If you want to support him based off what he has told you so far, that is your God-given right, and it's his God-given right, his internet-given right to create a Patreon. So let's just let the fucking cards play out at this point.
Sure.
Keem has said some stuff, and he's been misquoted. I know that to be true because I have heard some of his points, but he has done a lot of things that could be left to the imagination of the insinuations that he's making, and that ultimately is on him. Now, on to the things that he said about me and you during the latest episode.
Stick with you, get to me later. I want to sit down.
Well, they're basically entwined. Okay. It was mostly about the fact that we misquote him and we twist his words, which I don't. And then he.
What did I misquote him on?
All kind, apparently everything.
What's that?
What's that?
What did I misquote him on? I had a debate and I said he won.
Yeah, he came on. If you misquoted him,
how did I misquote him? He came on.
It's always about how you're continuing to lie and make up stories about him and everything.
Him and Chad call me liars all the time, and they never give an example about what I'm lying about. They do what Chad did. You know what he was really. They speculate, sort of like they're doing with Philly D. Sure. You know, they speculate. He put a baby. He put his baby in the picture. Therefore, that's what he's trying to do. You know what he's really trying to do. Sure. Even though if you fucking open up the goddamn video, you see that I'm goofing on him. You know, that I'm goofing. I'm used to be. I guess I told them I was gonna put my kid up for adoption, but yet that was a secret plan, sort of like what Philly D's doing. That was a secret plan to put more money in my pocket. Yeah, that's
now,
called speculation.
All that notwithstanding, the things that he was making more reference to is the fact, in specific, the situation where I called him a parasite on your show a couple of weeks ago, which I did in the context of how he treats people and projects and burns through teammates, which he does. He's a track record of it. It's my opinion on it, and he can fucking fiddle around with it all he likes. He never addresses that actual criticism, just like he didn't address your point of what you were trying to make it about yesterday, Patreon. Instead, he makes it about the individual, Philly D yesterday and himself 2 weeks ago. What he did was he came out and he started talking about all the things that he created, that he's responsible for, and closing it up that I'm actually the leech and you're actually the leech because he created all of this for us. And then when somebody said, so that makes you God, he went with that and he basically called himself God. So that's completely fine. Keem thinks he's God of YouTube. He created it all, which I found rather ridiculous.
No, so it's completely reasonable for a sociopath to come to that conclusion. But go ahead, Dave. This show is garbage, but you hear every day, Keem. Stick around. Dave? Oh, fuck. Dave?
His screen's frozen up.
I know his screen. I don't care about his screen. I care about him actually, being on talking.
I care about his screen. It looks like he's got a picture of me on his shirt.
I don't care. I want to hear him talk. Just leave the camera off this time. We lost him for a second. Maybe his daughter was going around and watching Pootie Pie and knocked him off. The internet's so bad over there. It's ridiculous. Hold on while we try to get the call back. Yeah, that'd be nice. Now he completely docks Dave's Skype. Everybody go on and friend Dave. Oh, this is not the time for this shit. Dave. Well, let me remove him and then fucking... did I fucking... Oh, for fuck's sake, come on. I think I fucked this up as usual. Or, I don't know. And I want Dave. This show is garbage. Of course it's garbage. You're getting fucking roasted with facts, you big dumb shit. So much garbage that's getting mentioned on Drama Alert all the time. All right, go back to what you're saying. Sorry.
I guess my hamster died. I don't know what the last part that I said was. Okay. But basically, I'm done trying the logic. I'm done trying to use words with Keem because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. He simply goes to everybody that disagrees with him is manipulating. Everybody that disagrees with him is a bad person. It's his move, and that's completely fine.
That's what, and you think Dave's wrong. Listen to Baited. Listen to Baited. Clown, you're a bad person because you have hold these opinions. Go listen to the first couple of Baiteds. I mean, this is not an unreasonable accusation.
Tommy, I'm done trying. So to deal with a guy like this, the only thing you can do is go to the most insane thing that you could possibly think of. And for me, it's deletion. He is obsolete, Tommy. The 7 deities have spoken to me, Tommy, and he is obsolete. So all of this playtime is over. So everybody in the chat, let the man who alerts drama that he is obsolete and he will be deleted.
Yes. Bad Harding.
The broken copy.
Well, I want to get into
no more logic.
What? No. I want logic.
Oh, fuck it. No, why? It's wasted.
No, you're going to have your opportunity.
Deletion.
Dave, he's here.
Oh, good.
Dave, Keem, you're on.
Hello.
All right, what do you got, Keem?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah. Loud and clear, Keem.
All right, I am so fucking sick of you idiots twisting my fucking words.
Say where we twisted your words. You're not going to get away with No, Dave, let me handle this. You're not going to get away with this. Answer it.
I have never said Philly D is going to scam everyone.
Yes, you did.
Philly D. No,
You've insinuated
I never said
You insinuated it.
I said that the possibility is there, and I explained his history of him selling SourceFed.
Are you backpedaling now? Are you backpedaling now? Because you insinuated that yesterday, and I can prove it.
Because I keep saying if or maybe or look, we don't know.
You think that protects you? You think ifs and fucking whats protects you all the time, Keem? Those are insinuations towards a man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, listen.
What is wrong with you?
No, lots. But let's not get into that. Let's try to have an adult conversation.
I'm tired of it, man.
No. Dave.
Dead on Dave. I'm going to get to see you in person. You want to know why? Because the county fair is coming in town, and my daughter likes to ride the
deletion, gnome child.
Everybody, Dave.
My daughter likes to ride the big wheels.
Let me ask you something. Hey, Keem. Let me ask you something. How do I twist your words when you're on my show speaking word for word? Explain that. I bet you can't.
I'll come on your show, say one thing, and then fucking the minute I leave, you'll misquote me into saying something.
What did we... No, Dave, what did we misquote me? I know you don't have an answer for this.
Keemstar is saying that Philly D is going to scam everyone.
That is what you insinuated And that's what I said. I lost the argument. I said to you, if you're right, I will apologize. And you didn't say, Keem, you fucked up by calling in. You didn't say to me it's like, look, I don't think he's going to do this, but you said that you shouldn't donate because that's exactly what he's going to do because he's done it in the past and he has a history. That's exactly what you said. Nobody twisted shit.
Why is the chat agreeing with me then?
I don't give a shit about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Words in my mouth that I don't say.
No, you insinuated it. Now you're backing off because you know how ridiculous you sounded yesterday. You said yes. Well, you know what? Don't worry. I'll clip it, and I'll leave it up to other people. Does that make you feel better?
Clip it.
Yeah, clip it. So when you sit there and go on Baited and say I lied about you, actually say the lie. Say the lie, because what you came on and did right now is you backed off. You know why you backed off? Because you're a bitch. A big bitch.
I'm a big
You're
bitch.
a bitch.
I'm a big bitch. Look at Tommy using the big bad insults. Oh, you're so intelligent.
What do you mean, you big insult? What do you mean, big insult? You call Dave a cripple. He fucking got hurt in a fucking combat incident, you motherfucker.
Well, I have...
Yeah, so don't give me that. I call you a bitch all I want. Because you are my bitch. And you want to talk about it, Baited, how I cucked you so bad you couldn't even put out the last episode?
Yeah. I called Dave a handicap, not a cripple. You misquoted
Which is
me.
fine.
God. So you want to mince words. That's called mincing words, Keem. That's called mincing words, and that's exactly what you did with the Franco story. I used a different word that meant the same exact thing, and you're saying you misquoted me. Yes, you're right. I misquoted you. It meant the same fucking thing. Stupid. What was it like being on the back of the Tart cart? What was it like being back of the Loser Cruiser? Doesn't it feel good now that being on the back of the Loser Cruiser for all those fucking years, you finally got back at everybody? Doesn't it feel great? Isn't it going to be funny when Phil DeFranco forgets about you? Is it going to be funny?
Yeah, nothing.
Goldfish.
Can I ask Keemstar a question?
Oh, please, yeah, if he'll listen.
Keem, you're my bitch. You always will be my bitch. You won the argument, and you fucking came on here and lost it the next day. How do you possibly do that? By saying, you misquoted me. Tommy's a liar. What's the lie? I don't know.
It's his only move.
It's his only move. Because you know what, Keem? You're fucking dumb. And DeFranco's got it over you like a tent, and you know it. And I will go back and say this. You are jealous of him. You came on and proved this 100%.
An amazing network, but there has not been enough transparency.
Nobody disagrees with that. So you're preaching to the choir. Nobody disagrees with that. But you know what? That's not something you said yesterday, was it? You said and insinuated that he might rip people off based on his past. You said it based on his past. And all you got to do is go to the last podcast to see that.
And you proceed to call me a bitch when I fucking control your emotions.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. I have more control over your emotions.
I control you. You send me a tweet every week. I'm a fucking loser YouTuber, and you're always on, always listening. I own your fucking face.
Turn around and look at the string. I'm holding it.
You don't have any. You can't go this route because you keep fucking up. Keem, that would be one thing if you actually if you would have just shut the fuck up and actually not come on today. You wouldn't have just. You just exposed yourself. You just exposed yourself.
God, Keemstar, it's the 7 deities. You are obsolete.
You are
obsolete. Delete.
To talk about me every day.
Delete.
I can tell you're a head news. You know what? And I'm never gonna stop, motherfucker, because you know what? You need a critic, and I'm not going anywhere. Keemstar, I've always wanted to do this to you. I'm not going anywhere, and I will fucking keep criticizing you. And if I get one of your MLG hosts, I'm putting her on. I want to make an open statement to any of the women that Keemstar slept with behind his wife's back. They are more than welcome to have an interview with me.
That's some deletion.
More than welcome. There you go.
Wonderful.
The funny thing is Stengel is just like frozen still. He looks like he's in a black straitjacket.
Well, it's like being in a war zone. I think I've got PTSD from that.
He's a brother
fucking
Keemo.
Keemstar.
Didn't he do a good job though?
He is, yes. Not as good as the man who alerts
I
the
control
drama
your
zone.
emotions. You fucking feed me views.
The puppet master.
He can't shut me up. That's what it is. So he keeps on going to the fucking, you just talk about me for views. He didn't come on and say one goddamn thing. I didn't call him a cripple. What was it? I didn't call him a cripple. That's called mincing words. That's what fucking Cabos does that. I didn't say that. I said this. Therefore, your argument, because you used the wrong word, even though it means the same fucking thing. I can be honest with you.
When it comes to Keemstar,
I want to point this out. I know Dave won't do this because he won't play the victim card, but you know what? I will. I want to notice. Dies in the Army has become a meme over there, right? He's got he dies in the Army. Dave was hurt in fucking combat, and he fucking and he keeps and calls him a cripple. I don't care. You are fair game, and I'm not going to sit there and cry for it. You know what? I think that podcast has a real problem with servicemen. That's my opinion. Just speculation. I don't know it for a fact, but I won't back off on it tomorrow. Your fucking channel has a huge problem with servicemen, and you think it's funny when guys are crippled in combat. Got it? Have a nice fucking day. I'm out of here. Thank you very much for being a part of Shot from the Point. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Stangle, great job. And go to Dead on Dave next, bitches.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.